Training day 2. Outlining. We're going to practice two techniques. One is for traditional dramatic ombre and soft edge ombre.
So hello, now day 2. Okay, now day 2. I recorded the same video in the same day, so of course you feel tired. Yeah, this is the way you grow. Alright, so make sure you do some mix with your pigment. Now day 2, okay, do lining. Right. Shading is basically easy. Now lining getting harder and harder. So lining, this is PMU basic lining technique. Okay, so let me do one time for you. Okay, and then I explain to you. Okay, this is PMU lining. Now, let me do a big version for you, okay? Same thing, pendulum. But this is both way already, okay? Little bit angle in, not like this and then go. Otherwise, that will be create a big dot, okay? This is no. So gently start, okay? I will go 1, back to half. 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 Okay? Alright, this is the basic PMU lining technique. Now for the depth is you suddenly go deep, when you go back light. Okay, let deepness go more, less. Okay, now for the setting should be, you know what? Should be a little bit lower. Should be a little bit lower. Okay, the stroke length should be a little bit short. Alright, the needle's hand out should be a little bit longer. Now, a lot of tattoo artists maybe challenge me on this point. Tattoo lining, we want longer stroke length. Okay, little bit higher voltage. But for the PMU opposite, because why? We're working on a thinner skin. Okay, if you look like tattoo, boom, that will be spread like crazy because we're working on the thinner skin and then we're not going to that deep. And then what they're using 319er, 519er, 719er, 919er, we're using single needles. Now another thing I want to bring it up is, see this hole right here? Some people say it's like face to you. Okay, this part I don't want to challenge. Some people like want to like go this way, not exactly proper way. Some manufacturers may be a little bit different, but just let you know. Now slow hand. Okay, now this is lining. Now practice a couple times, okay, and then we start. Okay, get what I'm saying? Now lining, one more thing I want to bring up is you can shading on the same line as well. Let's see. Okay, we can do shading and then we can suddenly like do lining. Okay, why? Because on the brow's head, okay, we don't want solid line, we want soft line shading. Okay, go a little bit more and then deeper. When you wind back, it's less deepness. Okay, so that's why this pinky fingers is so important. It's control. It's look like a stand, but at the same time it's control a little bit the depth. Okay, you push your hand down a little bit. Now this involves a lot of muscles memory. Okay, so in the beginning, of course, you will feel so hard, so tight. You don't know what to do, but time by time, give yourself like a couple days, 1 week. When you get the feeling, boom, you go to level 2. Now some people like what same day if you have good talents, you know. Now when we practice, okay, let me practice one side for you. For the actual brows again, stretch. If you go this direction, you stretch like this. Go this direction, you stretch like this. Okay. So because of when you do ombre, right, involved on the mapping, you don't want to go here, otherwise your fingers will be way off the mapping. Okay, so I want you to start from here. Now sudden the line broken, so I solve. Okay, just like tickle the previous line and then start over. Again, the rule is as slow as possible, but another rule is you cannot stop. You cannot stop. No, you need to, no matter what's moving. Now on the brows head, you just do a little bit shading. Huh? Now you see, like sometimes all the way go that back, okay, but I don't go deep. Shading. Okay. So now let's wipe it off and see what's going on. Okay. So you want to make the line more solid, go over one more time. Okay. A little bit like shading technique. Now supposed to be, I don't want like do like this, otherwise we block the camera. So now a little bit, please understand my difficulty, you know. Again, when you do a curved line, you can move the machine sideways a little bit, but overall it's 90 degrees as possible. When you go over one more time, see the line is like a little bit more solid. Okay. So now this is another ombre technique. Now this is old school, like top and bottom. The outline is solid. This is kind of very old school, like this is like 4 or 5 years ago. Now this is what I want you to do. Secondly, sometimes you put your finger, so that's why the stand is so important. The eyes, your customer eyes is right here, so you just like do it right here. So how difficult? So this is a stand. So if you have a difficulty, of course you can work on this side if you feel better. Now this is another styling. Okay, you don't want the top all the way is kind of solid, so you start like do a little bit shading right here, and then about this one we do like a little bit solid line. Okay. So now this line we do it like very soft. Now some people might think, oh, you see another YouTuber like they do like little bit mark on top. Is it okay if you can control? Yes, but I don't really suggest you to do, because like this pointillism on the brows. Okay, you might look very good in the beginning, I mean the same day, but they might over trauma, they might little bit spread out little by little, so and then turn gray. This is what happened. I make this mistake before, that's why I share it with you. Now this is Jimmy T. A lot of stuff, nothing really fancy, but I go through all those, you know. Some like this is what I really don't like this industry is they try to show you some fancy. Yes, a lot of great artists in the world, but some artists they try to show you, hey, this is the solution, this and that, but they don't tell you what happened next. And then we try it, we screw up, and then we get yelled at. Okay, is it true? Everything you do if you know the result, yes, do it. But if you don't know the result, very conservative, try and error. But you need to know what will happen. Now this is kind of like lining, but from here to there, same thing. But you need to practice. Another way. So now this is what you will be facing, the same situation. Shading. Huh? This one I control a little bit deeper and control the hands a little bit slower. See the difference? Of course. If you want, you can do one more time. Okay, this is considered day 2. Now we put it down. This is a day 1.